G'day, my name is Rick.
Ciao, my name is Millie.
And this is episode 6
Say
of season 2
do
of
Yonks Ago.
This is Yonks Ago, coming into your ears. Now what are yonks? They're kinda like years. Just a father and a daughter who want to know all about some people from Yonks Ago. Interesting people who did interesting stuff, but about whom we don't know enough. So we're gonna dig deep and find it all out. Yonky doodlers know what we're all about. Yonks Ago, hey, ho, hey, Yonks Ago, hey, ho, hey, surely.
We're back at it.
Yeah, we are.
6 episodes in.
That's good amount.
Getting woke. Are you feeling woke?
Yeah, pretty woke.
You're getting, it's like early morning. You're still lying in bed though, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're woke, but you're not up.
Yeah, you know that you're awake, but you're still
You're like,
not awake.
It's comfy.
Like what's the word? Like you're
in bed.
You're conscious of your surroundings, but
Yeah.
you're not fully conscious yet.
Yeah, right.
That one.
You're mid-conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is it's a wonderful place to be, because bed's never as comfortable as those moments where you're mid-conscious.
Yeah.
And you try to, but as soon as you realise it, it starts to drift away.
Yeah.
Because consciousness is knocking ever loudly on your door.
Because then you realize it so that you're more conscious.
And you try to trick yourself. You're like, no, just don't focus on anything. You're still here.
Yeah.
But that way madness lies. You're chasing the unattainable.
Whoa.
But let us continue to learn more about Australia's own Nancy Wake.
Yes.
So when we left her, she
skeeted out the window.
She had officially run away from home.
Yeah.
And her mother had sent the police out looking for her.
Yeah.
To bring her to justice.
But she hid under the house.
The sister-in-law, Chucky Wake's widow. Chucky Jr. My mistake.
Chucky Jr.
Can't get our Chucky's confused.
It's okay. I've forgotten about the original Chucky. Who even is that guy?
Hey, if you're not going to make an effort to be a part of the story of Nancy Wake, then we're going to forget you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legit. Only there for one episode. Cool.
Yeah, you had better things to do.
He scared out the window in episode 1.
Yeah.
Nancy scared out the window in episode 5.
And Chucky Jr. Skeeted / was pushed / thrown out a window sometime in there.
Yeah.
We only learned about it last episode.
Yeah.
Fell to his death.
fair.
And I don't think anyone was too disappointed.
No.
He left nothing but a legacy of disappointment behind him.
Oh.
And a widow and probably a child, because that's why they got married. But we don't know. We don't know too much about that. But she hid under the house while the police were looking for her. And so she got away with it.
Yeah.
So we find her now. She's like, well, that's great.
Yeah.
But I can't live the rest of my life under this house.
No.
I'm not a rat. No. I mean, I've got bigger dreams.
Yeah.
It was fun for a bit, but that's enough. So she's like, got to get a job.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah.
And so in her mind, she's going, what am I going to do? And nursing was the obvious starting point.
Of course.
Because her sister Hazel, by this time, was a fully qualified nurse.
Oh, nice, Hazel.
At a place called Kugara.
Oh.
Sounds like a small town.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, I mean, it's a sensible occupation for a young girl of the time.
Yeah.
And it's one of those occupations, I believe, at the time where they didn't ask too many questions either.
No.
They're like, did you run away from home?
Yeah.
They're just like, do you want to be a nurse? Fine, come.
Yeah.
But there was one problem holding her back, is that to be a nurse, one of the conditions of being a nurse in Sydney at the time was that you had to start with newly purchased uniforms.
Oh.
So, you could go and be a nurse.
Yeah.
No sweat. But only if you've got a nurse's uniform.
Yeah.
And that costs sweet dollar bills.
Yeah. And Chucky Jr. stole your money.
Chucky Jr. stole all her hard-earned cash, and her mum's been holding, she's not giving her pocket money. She realised that Nancy had been stealing coins from her earlier, and she'd got a much more secure purse.
Oh, yeah.
Like a wall safe or something.
With a lock on the zip.
Yeah. And so she was just not getting money from anywhere.
No.
So she wants to get a job, but catch-22, she can't buy the uniform until she's got a job.
Yeah.
But she can't get the job until she's got a uniform.
Oh, what?
Oh, Nancy. So she lived under the house for the rest of her life and died. That's the end of the story.
Okay,
we
bye.
got woke.
See you next season.
No, that's not what happened. Nancy Wake's a problem solver.
Yeah.
All right? You put a problem in front of Nancy Wake, she's like, how am I going to solve this problem?
Yeah.
And I don't
Give me a calculator.
And we also know about Nancy Wake. She doesn't mind bending the rules.
Yeah.
And in fact, I think she prefers it.
I don't think she knows what rules are.
Yeah. Rules are just something that she's there to be broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just likes the way they make that breaking sound.
Rules, more like not cools. I didn't have one.
Hey, fools, your rules ain't cools. That's
Yeah.
what she says to anyone who throws rules at her.
Yeah.
Hey, fools, your rules ain't cools.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
and
good
they're
one.
like, nice one, Nancy.
Oh, did we tell them about the pig sheep joke?
The things, any Yonky Doodlers out there will know we struggled to improvise a joke last episode. You came up with the start of a joke, which was
it had potential.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, look, any start of a joke's got potential.
Yeah.
What was it? What do you call a sheep with
pink fur? That was the boy.
Yeah, and we, at the time we didn't come up with anything useful.
No.
We brainstormed very briefly and came up with diddly squat, I think is the official comedy term for what we came up with.
Yeah.
And after a little bit of thinking about it...
Diddly squat, not a lot.
Throwback.
Yeah.
Throwback to the Ned Kelly wrap up.
Barely got a pot to piss in.
If anyone, any new Yonky Doodlers out there who have only jumped on board for the Nancy Wake season 2, do pop back and check out season 1.
You don't even need to listen to season 1. Just listen to the last episode of season 1 and you got it all there in the wrap up episode.
That's true. So if you just want a summary of season 1, I mean, to be fair, it will be much more satisfying for you.
Yeah.
You'll get all the references if you've listened to all of the season.
Yeah, but if you just can't be stuffed, you know.
Hey, life's hectic.
Yeah. So the joke, right?
Oh.
So you can tell it because you came up with it, because obviously.
Yeah.
I'll be here being like, what?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for having me. This is my Type 5 minutes. You're a lovely crowd. Anyone from out of town?
No.
Oh, that's my whole out of town bit out the window. Like Chucky Jr., am I right?
That's a good one.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for laughing, Mum. Anyway, just to get things kicked off, I got a bit of some farm-based humour.
Oh, yeah?
Any farmers in tonight?
No.
Well, then, hey, you won't get as much out of this as you might have, but I'm pretty sure you'll love it. Okay, what do you call a pink that's got... No. Oh, no, I panicked. Anyway, thanks. I stuffed it. I'll be back tomorrow night for another Type 5. All right, see ya.
It's okay. Do you want me to do it?
No, I'll get it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, thanks for coming back. You might remember me from last night.
Yeah, you were trash.
Yeah, I got halfway through my set and I stuffed up my first joke about a sheep because I said pink instead of sheep. Spoilers. Giving away. Anyway, I've stuffed it up again. All right, see you tomorrow night. All right, bye.
Okay.
3 nights in a row. You guys can't get enough. Oh, hey, did anyone see me last night? I was only on for like 30 seconds. It was possibly the shortest, worst set of comedy in the history of comedy. So I didn't get an award for it. But, hey, what do you call a sheep that's got pink fur?
What?
Mary floss. Did you get it? It's got layers.
Yeah.
Because Mary had a little lamb.
Yeah.
And fairy floss is pink.
Yeah.
Mary floss. Well,
got 'em.
Anyway, that's the end of my comedy career. You guys have been amazing. Anyone from out of town?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I only had a whole bunch of jokes for people who weren't from out of town. So once again, I've been thwarted. Anyway, great seniors. I'll be back never because comedy is dead to me. Bye.
Bye.
I think as you
How good is that?
That was pretty good. Mary floss. That's the best that I was able to come up with after a bit of brainstorming of why a pink would have a pink. It's become a real sticking point. Maybe I'm just going to start calling sheep pinks now.
I reckon.
Ba black pink. Have you any wool?
Oh,
you like that?
I see. Yeah.
Because you like that because it's all the colours.
Yeah. Also, remember last episode when we were like Nancecdote?
Yeah.
We were like, "Oi, hit us up if you got a better one." Yeah. Well, someone did hit us up, and that person is Jocelyn Geary.
Oh,
and
Joss
she was
Geary.
like, "Hey yo."
Long time Yonky Doodler, Joss Geary.
And she was like, "Hey yo, I got a better one." I was like, "Surely you don't."
Yeah.
Surely you don't. And she definitely did.
Yeah.
Are you ready for it?
Yep.
Anik woke. Get it? Because Nancy Wake get woke is good.
Yeah. So
anyway, I was like down for that one.
Nancecdotes and Anik wokes. My word sensibility leans more to Nancecdote. Just because it's a clearer, purer form combination, but maybe you're the youth, you're the voice of the youth.
I just like what is it? Oh, combine the two. Nancec woke.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
But then you'll lose. Yeah,
no.
All right, kids these days they like many layers. But I'm going to stick. I'm an old man.
Okay,
and I'm sticking to Nancecdote.
So Joss, I tried.
But look, maybe we'll put a poll on the on
the story.
We should start a doodle because for the Yonky Doodlers, like doodle polls.
Whoa, wait, what do you mean? Oh, should I add a nose or a tail? And then we doodle more.
No, it's just a website. Like
that's what I thought of straight away.
No, it's just a website called Doodle where people log on and you can vote for different things.
That was better. Mine was better.
So anyway,
but think about it.
Yeah, it's good.
So you draw a circle, right?
Yes.
And then you chuck it on the story and you're like, hey, yo, should I add an eyebrow or another circle next to it?
Choose your own doodle.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a genius.
So anyway, Nancy wanted to become a nurse, couldn't afford a uniform.
Yeah.
But then she realised she could start somewhere else. There was another scheme where you could be a nurse in remote country areas and they would supply your uniforms.
There you go.
And you could pay it back as you went along.
Oh, yeah, that's
so you still had to buy a uniform, but it's like you got it, you had the job, and part of your pay packet just went to paying them back for the uniform.
Yeah.
And so Nancy's like, that's my ticket. Got a job, get the uniform. All I've got to do is get out of town, go to the country, live in a small country town and be a nurse for a couple of years. And she was looking to get away from town anyway.
Yeah.
So she's laughing. But there was one other problem holding her back.
Oh, no.
And that was that she couldn't use her real name now.
Oh.
Because Nancy Wake was wanted by the police.
Oh.
Because she's a runaway.
Yeah.
So the police are like, look, if anyone called Nancy Wake tries to become a nurse or anything, let us know.
Yep.
Because, full disclosure, she's run away from home and that is against the laws.
You're not
That's
so
against
loud.
the rules. And no matter how often she says, hey, fools, your rules ain't cools.
Yeah.
We're the police.
Yeah.
And we don't care if our rules are cools.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. So she's like, damn it.
Yeah.
I can't be Nancy Wake.
Yeah.
So she
what did
had
she
to
do?
come up with a false name.
Oh, was it a good one?
When she went to the employment...
Randombabynames.com, am I right?
So she had to come up with a false name when she went to the employment agency. But this was easy for her.
Oh, yeah?
Guess what name she came up with? It's a good one.
Okay. What's the first letter of the first name?
S.
Okay, so it's Sally. And
it's perfect for this podcast.
Am I supposed to know what that means?
What's like one of the most said words on this podcast?
Surely.
Yes, and what's a name that sounds exactly like
Shirley.
Shirley.
Shirley. And then, Shirley. And then letter of the last name? Do we get the last name?
Oh, the last name is a tricky one, but I'm
going to get it.
No, she went with, I'm just going to tell you, because there's a story behind it.
Okay.
She went with Shirley Ann Kennedy.
Oh, yeah, Anne, because Anne of Green Gables.
And Shirley was Anne. Her name was Anne Shirley, so she just flipped it.
Shirley Ann.
And went with Shirley Ann.
What's Kennedy?
As a nod to Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah.
And Kennedy, this is why, it was a tough one. It was just the name of a woman who had once been kind to her. She's like, Mrs. Kennedy. She's top lady. I'm just going to take her name.
Mr. Kennedy.
I said Mrs. Kennedy.
Okay, I heard Mr. Kennedy.
Well, check the tape when you listen back to the podcast. I mean, to be fair, I've been calling sheep pink, so my words are out the window. But so she's given a nod to her favourite literary heroine, Anne Shirley.
And her favourite...
And someone who was nice to her that one time.
Real-life heroine.
Yeah. So fiction and faction.
Wait, is that... What?
No, faction.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
You almost blew my mind.
No, faction is completely different.
Okay.
It's an irrelevant word in this context.
Got it.
But I shoehorned it in.
Yeah.
For our own amusement.
Yeah.
So she's signed up for the employment agency under the name Shirley Ann Kennedy. Which I think that's good. So Anne of Green Gables lives on in the Nancy Wake story.
Yeah.
And so she's got a job lined up as a nurse. She's going to get a uniform, but she's got a 3-week period before the job starts.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know what to do, so she signs up to become like a housemaid.
Ooh.
I think, or like a domestic domestic job.
Yeah.
Which is basically doing the ironing and the cleaning and all the housework in a house in Northbridge. And that little 3-week period was enough to make it very clear to Nancy Wake that she did not want anything to do with this domestic lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's like she didn't want to become a housewife at all.
Yeah.
3 weeks of doing the ironing, she's like, no, thank you.
This sucks.
There's got to be more to life than this.
Yeah.
And so that once again reinforces the fact that Nancy Wake don't want that life.
No.
She don't want that husband-kid life.
Yeah.
She's not gonna end up like her mum.
No.
Her mum's been a real cautionary tale for her.
Yep.
She did not like the way her mum turned out.
The husband ran away, for one. Unhealthy
I'm not
relationship.
saying the mum's 100% responsible for being the cautionary tale. Just everything around it has made Nancy Wake
Oh, no,
feel
I
like
was
that,
agreeing with you.
Yeah, that lifestyle ain't no good.
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I was adding some...
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right.
So since she's got this job in Mudgee, which is a tiny, tiny gold mining shanty town.
Oh, yeah.
So really, she's gone from the hustle bustle of Sydney to very, very outback, sort of
low-key.
Nowheresville.
On the down low?
Yeah. Also, she doesn't want anyone asking questions. Good place to hide.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So Shirley Ann Kennedy's arrived in Mudgee to become a nurse.
As you do,
in a tiny little hospital, which is basically a bungalow.
Oh, yeah.
And there's another girl there called Claire, who's a runaway.
Another girl there called Claire. She just
another girl there called Claire. Yeah,
straight up told her.
Also a runaway. Yeah,
she's like, "Hey, I'm a runaway."
Yeah,
like,
hey, Shirley Ann, is that your name? And she's like, no. Is your name Claire? No. He's like, you run away? Yeah. Like, all right, your secret's safe with me.
Yeah,
There's a couple of runaways hanging out in Mudgee, being nurses, paying off their nurses' uniforms.
Yeah, you know how it be.
Living the dream. And the nurse is just a tiny little shack, a couple of bungalows, a bungalow for a couple of wards for patients.
So she's got no training at all.
No, I think you just learn on the job. And I think they're like they go in as like trainee nurses. There's like proper nurses or probably nuns at the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah.
Nurse nuns.
Yeah, nurse nuns.
The old nurse nuns. Bit of call the midwife action.
Yeah, I love the call midwife.
Oh, who doesn't?
I don't know. Someone.
God bless Nanada's house. You name me one person. Like, you could be, I can understand if you were just like, I'm
a bit squeamish, maybe?
I'm not like, I'm a huge fan of Call the Midwife.
Yeah.
Or it's not my cup of tea or whatever. But no one's like, I hate Call the Midwife.
Yeah.
I hate that show.
Well,
it's the worst show.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you could.
Don't make me watch that show.
I don't know. I reckon there's someone out there.
But I'm saying
at least one.
Until you name me one,
okay,
I refuse to believe it.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
So if you want to spend the rest of
seeing is believing.
If you want to go on a Sherlock Holmes type hunt, just tracking down all the clues to find someone who hates it.
Won't do that,
mate.
But never say never.
Yeah, have goals.
Yeah,
have some goals, kid.
I'm not sure I want that to be my goal though.
Maybe it doesn't have to be like an all-consuming goal.
Okay.
But maybe you just work it in as
just be like, hey, what do you think?
Like when you're meeting people, when you're trying to make a small talk.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't talk to people, so I don't know what that is.
Yeah, but you might one day, like as you get older. As you enter the, you're in bloody high school now. Yeah. So you've got your friendship group and you probably rarely venture outside of it.
What friendship group? Sorry.
She's a lone wolf stalking the halls of the high school.
Yeah,
just dreaming about what she's going to say in her next podcast.
Yeah.
And she don't need no friends.
No.
But one day maybe you will, and you'll be looking for like little bits of conversation other than how about that weather? Global warming. It's the pits, right? So maybe you could also work on a scale of 1 to 10, call the midwives. Where it's at. And if you can find anyone who's under like 3.
No, I reckon most people will be like, what now? Yeah, what are you talking about?
And then you pull out like your phone.
Yeah.
And you've got already to go. You've got it downloaded to your phone. You say, here, watch.
Yeah.
Watch 5 minutes of Call the Midwife.
Just the intro.
Yeah.
The intro's pretty sick.
The intro.
Yeah.
Or maybe at some point we'll do a Call the Midwives wrap up. And you can just play them
I haven't finished
the song.
It though. I don't. When do we stop watching that?
I don't know, man. You kids, you got no stick-to-itiveness.
we had to wait for Bonnie to watch it, and then she did.
She's always ruining your watching schedule.
She'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. So her and Claire working in Mudgee. Now here's a tale. We're getting towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
I could finish with this tale I was umming and ahhing whether to tell her because it's got a bit of adult content in some ways. It's a very grown-up tale.
Oh, am I allowed to hear it?
Well, I think you are. I think you're ready.
I'm almost 16 and that's like, isn't that the age?
I think you're ready.
Where you're like, is that the age of consent? Is that age?
Yeah,
16? So
sounds like it.
So you can freely
so you're underneath it, but it's not that adult.
About a week, Dad.
Yeah.
And then you can drive a car.
Yeah.
And you can enroll to vote.
Yeah.
So that's basically adult, right?
Yeah, it's not crazy adult. It's just a bit more of a mature themed Nancecdote than we used to. No. No, it's comedy. It's a comedy Nancecdote.
Okay.
It's just got
MA 15 plus?
Yeah. So look, anyone
plus.
out there who's along for the journey and strap yourselves in. You're about to get woke.
Yep.
So Claire and Nancy had been left alone at the hospital.
Yeah.
They were running the shift.
Yeah.
The nurse had gone out. The main nurse had gone out to get supplies or what have you.
Yeah.
And old Mr. Smith up and died on them.
Whoa, Mr. Smith?
Mr. Smith, old man Smith died.
Who's that?
He was just an old man at the hospital, an old miner at the hospital. Yeah. And he died. And so there was nothing they could do for him, Nancy remembers, because he was very old and very worn out. But for both of them, it was still very upsetting. I think it was their first death on the job. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so they ran through the things they had to do. They had to cover him in a sheet. They pulled the sheet up. Did
they check he was dead first?
Yeah,
like
they
fully
double
dead?
checked.
Fully dead?
They're like, Smithy's dead.
Okay.
Smitty, you dead.
Yeah.
So they pulled the sheet up, as you do. And then they followed what was apparently an age-old tradition among young nurses at the time when you're dealing with like your first death on the ward.
Yeah.
Is that you go to the kitchen and you drink yourself a bit silly. You get a little bit...
What?
You get a bit drunk because you've got to go and move the body. And so the nurses, apparently, the tradition, or so Nancy would have you believe, is to go get a little bit tipsy in the kitchen before you have to go back and move the body. To give you the courage and the wherewithal to
whatever
deal
floats your boat, I guess.
deal with a dead body. So Claire and Nancy head back. They couldn't find any proper drinks, so they hit the alcoholic hospital spirits, which I imagine is pretty strong.
Yeah, that.
So they got stuck into the alcoholic hospital spirits.
Yeah.
Got a little bit drunky doodles, and then they went, all right, it's time. So they staggered back to the ward because they're like, we've got to take care of this before the nurse gets back.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she will be displeased with us. And so they couldn't wait any longer because the other patient, they wanted to move the body out before all the patients had started stirring from their afternoon nap, all right? Because the corridors were clear.
Yeah.
And they don't want to upset everyone with this dead body.
Yeah.
So it's covered in a sheet. But, it's bad for morale when you can't dead bodies.
For sure.
Drunk nurses and dead bodies.
Yeah.
And so they head back in and they get the body ready to move onto the stretcher. And what lay before them nearly caused them to collapse. They were so shocked by what they saw. Now this is the slightly adult content.
A live man?
It was not that it wasn't just that he had a deathly pallor of a man now. No, so he was very pale, but that wasn't it. It wasn't just that one of the eyes that they had closed had sprung open and was staring back at them.
Oh, that's a bit scary.
Which would be creepy. But both of these things they had expected and were able to cope with.
Okay.
What caused them to nearly collapse and that they could hardly get over was the fact that emerging from the fly of Mr. Smith's pajamas was, according to Nancy, this is the adult content, the biggest penis she had ever seen.
Whoa. How many penises has Nancy seen?
Well, this was the first adult penis. She does say it was actually the first one at that point that she had ever seen. Yeah. But even when she was looking back, she's like, no, even after I'd seen other penises, none of them stacked up to old man Smithy.
Oh, Smithy.
And she's saying, look, rigor mortis had made him stand to attention. Like he was, it was stiffened. So they're a little drunk. Yeah. There's a dead body with a very large, stiff penis poking out of the pants.
Yes.
So that's the adult content. Yeah. That's adult imagery, and I apologise for startling you with that. That adult imagery. Yeah. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Phew.
I'm chilling.
Whew. All right. We got through it.
This is the weirdest story I've ever heard.
I know, but it's a classic.
Why did they have to get drunk? Like,
I don't understand. I think maybe Nancy just wanted to get drunk.
I reckon she made that up.
That's what it's like. Yeah. It's tradition. No, it's not, Nancy. You just wanted to get drunk.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then they're drunk, and then they've got to move the body. So they're moving it. They've got to move it from the hospital to the morgue.
Yeah.
So they've got to take it outside across a field to the next building.
How are they going to lift him?
Well, it's on a trolley.
Oh, yeah.
So they got him on a trolley, but they got outside and it's been raining.
Oh.
And the field they got across is muddy and they're a little bit drunk and they start slipping over.
Yep.
One at a time. It's like, whoa, slipping over. So there's this like comedy. There's a guy with a sheet with a massive big doodle under the sheet. So it's sticking up like a circus tent. They're slipping over drunk. And then finally both of them slip over at the same time and knock the trolley over. Old man Smithy with his big doodle lands in the mud.
Oh, no.
And they're like, the nurse is going to be back any second.
Yeah.
Look at us. We've got a dead body stuck in the mud. Like now his doodle's stuck in the mud. How are we going to get him out? He's wedged in there. They're all their nice uniforms covered in mud.
Yep.
And they've got to wrestle him back on. And so they just do it. They do it. They get it done. They get him back on there. They get him into the morgue. They get their they get their uniforms off, take them down to the laundry, get them washed. They get it all sorted, and apparently no one ever found out that they gotten onto it. They never found out. And Nancy chortles when she thinks about this, even 70 years after the event. It's one of her most treasured Nancecdotes.
So 70 years after the event, she must have been like 80.
Yeah, she's in her like 80s. Yeah.
Damn, that's old. She lives old.
And that was the main takeaway from her.
Yeah.
She spent 2 years in Mudgee. Yeah, 2 years up in Mudgee. And that's the kind of story that sticks with you.
Yeah. Good little anecdote for you.
Yes. You be the judge. So, look, we got through it. We got through some adult content.
I reckon it should be called a Nancecdote before you hear it. Yeah. And then after you hear it, it's an anecdote because you just got woke.
Yeah. So the Nancecdote will get you anecwoke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. That's nice. I'm a genius.
Well played you. But look, this was really just an excuse for me to finally have the talk to you about the birds and the bees because I feel like it's long overdue. You're getting long in. And
what's a bee?
As a father,
they don't exist anymore because of climate change.
And that's the chat I wanted to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the birds are scary, so don't talk to me about birds, thanks.
Oh, good chat.
Yeah.
Good chat. I'm glad we finally had this chat about birds and bees.
Yeah.
I feel like I've finally done my parental duty.
Yep.
Long overdue.
Well done.
Birds are scary and bees are dead. So remember that.
Oh, no. We should get bees. Actually, no, I don't want to do that.
Because they will sting you, bro.
No, we should, but are we?
You're not gonna.
Are we going to do it?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. So it's good to dream. Maybe one day you will have bees. Maybe one day you will make small talk with people, ask them how they feel about call the midwife on a scale of 1 to 10.
Maybe one day I won't be scared of birds. We can all dream.
Yeah. And
but dreams
you'll be the beekeeper.
Never come true.
You'll be the beekeeper who isn't scared of birds and who knows how everyone feels about call the midwife.
Yeah.
That'll be your claim to
fame. Call the
midwives? Is that what it is?
No, it's called the midwife.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
You only need one at a time, don't you?
Yeah, no, because you call the
midwife.
One person answers the phone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've just changed it to midwives in my mind.
That's all right.
Because the show is about a bunch of midwives.
Yeah. That's fair,
Good tale. All right, well, next episode, Nancy arrives back in Sydney and her childhood.
So after 2 years in Mudgee.
2 years in Mudgee. She comes back to...
So is she how old is she?
So she was 16 when she headed over and she stays there. She comes back just after she turns 18.
Alrighty.
She waits until she's no longer a wanted fugitive.
Damn, the mum she'd be spewing. You'd be scared as.
Yeah. She's
like, where's my daughter gone?
She's just highlighting bits in the Bible that's prove that Nancy's the worst.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
But if she tries to tell Nancy, that she's been behaving badly, Nancy's going to tell her that her rules... Hey, fools, your rules ain't cool. Man, you'd think I would have remembered that.
Hey, that's got to go on a wrap up episode, surely. I mean, it rhymes. It's all there for you.
Well, I've got to think of all the things that can rhyme with penis now. That's the real trick. I don't know. Have you seen us? That's probably the one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Anyway, bit of sizzle for our wrap up where I rhyme penis probably with seen us.
Yeah.
But
I don't have one.
Hey, but maybe my next episode we'll have a whole bunch.
Yeah.
But we don't want to ruin all of our sweet
You're
rhymes.
so meanness.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about that rhyme?
That's a solid 8.
Really?
I'm actually really proud of that, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
No, 8.5 just for that.
It's going up. Every little bit of my disappointment adds another 0.5.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, no. Yes.
Damn it.
It's up to 9.
It's up to 9.
It's up to 9.
Damn it. I can't even pretend. But we should end this.
Zenus. Is that a word?
It is now. And it's a cracker.
It's like a zine, but it...
You're just taking "een" words and adding an "us."
Yeah. Well, you did 2 words. Wait, what did you do? Senus.
Us. Yeah.
Yeah. See?
It's got grammatical flow, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, grammatical flow.
Yeah.
Don't you know? It's time to go.
I'm still trying to think.
But it is time to go. You've got a whole week to think of better rhymes.
Venus.
Oh, that is the best one so far. All right.
That one's a solid 10, surely.
I'm glad we extended a little bit further this episode so that you can finally get yourself a sweet, sweet rhyme.
I'm so proud of myself.
So how are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10 about meanness now?
Mean? Yeah. Oh, it's gone up to 9.5.
Damn it. Well, before it also makes it to a solid 10, we should end this episode. Please join us next week for another episode of
Yonks Ago. But meanness is now on 10, by the way.
Well,
10.5.